All right, take two. I don't know what happened there. Welcome back to the Buddy Show. We are primetime, coast to coast, border to border, and coming to you once again from the beautiful city of Pattaya, Jomtien Beach in Thailand, in central Thailand. I kind of lost my train of thought. My camera's tilting as well. That's the way it's going to have to be this time, because this is just going to be quick. And I'm doing this video because I haven't done a video in quite some time, and I apologize about that, particularly for those of you who are recent subscribers. Thank you very much for subscribing. I hope you watch every video. Go back and watch all my videos from when I lived in Mexico, and then my eventual move back to Thailand, and my brief interlude, 6 weeks or so in the Philippines, which you can hear about my opinions about the Philippines on those videos. I don't need to rehash them here. This is going to be probably called Size Matters in Thailand. First of all, let me catch you up on what I've been doing and why I haven't been making videos. First of all, because I didn't really want to. Not just because I have other stuff to do, and I did and do. It just, there's so many travel expat video vloggers that I think you get lost in a sea of them, and it gets to be political and kind of hateful. I don't really get many of those people. I got a couple of them, and I just banned them. You don't like what I do, then screw you, and you don't have the opportunity now to watch my stuff. Anyway, I live in Jomtien Beach in Pattaya, Thailand, and Jomtien is a smaller, more subtler version of Pattaya, Central Pattaya. Central Pattaya is too big for me, too action-packed for me. It's just a bunch of day drinking bogans and hookers and that sort of shit. And that's not what I'm into. I'm an independent guy. I've been single for a long time, and I like it. I've talked to girls, talked to women online and in person, and just haven't really clicked with any of them, and I'm not willing to settle anymore. So if I find someone who I think I can settle down with, then I'll give it some consideration. But I like being home by myself. I like doing what I do. I have my own little routine, and I enjoy following it. I'm a writer. I write crime novels, and that's what I've been doing. I've recently finished the first book of a second series, and got the covers for the 3 books of the first series. So that's kind of what I'm really jamming on right now. I want to get this series out. Yes, to make some money. We all want to make money, and I'm a pretty good writer, and been following the orders of my mentor strictly. She's a 7-figure author, and I'm not. I certainly can't say I write for the money, because I've written a lot of books in the past that sucked, and I'm finally a much better writer. But now that I am a much better writer, I've written 4 books and am getting ready to start on a 5th book. The first 3 were the Mike McShane crime novels, written under the pen name of Trip Forrester. And Trip's nickname is Buddy, because in case anybody ever shouts at me at some convention, which I can't imagine actually going to, they'll say Trip or Buddy, and as my name is Buddy Trip. That's my real name. But because I have very strong opinions, political opinions, I don't necessarily want my readers to be exposed to that. They might have entirely different political opinions, and that's fine. But I don't want to alienate them as an author. I don't really put politics into my novels. I might squeak, an insinuation. My character might squeak an insinuation about being this way or that way politically, but it's not the thrust of my my writing. I don't really know what the thrust of my writing is. I'm what's called a pantser or a gardener or a discovery writer. I generally have no idea. In fact, I never have any idea how the story is going to turn out. I don't outline and I don't plot. I get a situation. My next situation is my new character. His name is James Fenimore Cooper, or Jim Cooper, and we'll see how long he can last in a series. At least a trilogy, maybe, if he gets popular more and more. Where was I going with that? Anyway, that's nothing. I think I'm going to call this video "Size Matters in Thailand." And I ordered online. I wanted to get a shot glass because I broke mine. I invariably break, glassware. It's like my elbow is a magnet, particularly if it has a stem on it. For some reason, I break wine glasses, and I write about that in my novels. My novels are basically me pretending to be another character and just writing what the buddy show, like that. So I wanted to order a shot glass, and I like stemware. It's a weird thing. I used to collect it, but once you go on the road and live out of a backpack, you don't really have much opportunity for collecting. So I ordered a shot glass, and I ordered a little, I guess a brandy glass, or not a snifter, but a cordial glass, and size matters. And I'm an American, as you can obviously tell, and we don't use the metric system. And I know we are roundly criticized for that, and nobody in America gives a fuck about what other people think. So, but the problem is, unless I look something up specifically, I don't really know what size of object I'm buying. So here is my shot glass. I don't really have anything to compare it to except my head. It's tiny, and then here's the cordial glass. So these are absolutely useless. They're kids' toys, but it's not worth my time to send them back. And everything is so cheap here that I just ordered another one. The shot glass, ordered two. And I ordered a wine glass. Did I order it, or did I just buy it at the store? I think I just bought it at the store because I did buy a bottle of wine. Now, I haven't had any alcohol. I have recently, but I did dry January, so I didn't have any alcohol for 31 days. Not for any particular purpose. The New Year was coming up, and I thought, it's probably, I'd never done that before, so it's probably a good time. I really want to turn my phone, but sorry, this is what you get. So I just wanted to not drink for a while, and rather than saying, okay, I quit drinking, because that's a lot of pressure, and I don't really want to quit drinking. I enjoy it. But I didn't drink for 31 days. And prior to that, I bought a bottle of wine for Christmas, I think it was, Christmas Eve. Wine is very expensive here. I really like wine, but it's very expensive here. I did find a brand, I can't remember the name, Eagle something, that's $3.99 a bottle, $399 a bottle. So that's I don't know what it is. You can figure it out. I don't know what the exchange rate is. It fluctuates so much here. So that's where I was with there. The whole joke about the video was that, is the tiny glasses. I wanted to tell you about dry January, and when the 1st of January came around, I don't know if you can notice the weight loss, but I went keto, and Sunday is 6 weeks, and I've lost about 15 pounds. So I'm going to see if I want to go further than that. I'm really missing Pad Krapow and Pad See-Ew and Pad Mama and all those things I used to enjoy eating. Down the end of the street, there's a bunch of restaurants and street food, and I've been buying 2 chicken quarters a day that a mother and daughter grill up, and they're delicious. And there's a lot of nice fat on them in keto. You want to, I gotta straighten this. I don't dare straighten it because it'll turn off again. So grilled chicken and pork rinds, chicharron as we called it in Mexico, as a snack, which is basically deep fried fat. And also I buy it for home. I buy chicken wings, cut those in half, thirds actually, because I don't use them in end piece, and fry those up, and pork. What do you call it? Pork belly. Pork belly is great on keto. It's got a lot of fat. Fat is what makes you sated. Keto is basically a mostly fat diet, fat and protein. I do eat vegetables. I'll buy vegetables and cook those up on occasion. So I have friends who are strict carnivores and they don't eat vegetables at all. They eat just meat and fat, and are doing perfectly fine about it. I'm not interested in getting into a discussion about what you think about that sort of diet. I mean, you're going to anyway, but as long as you're pleasant about it, you can comment. What else? Pattaya is more expensive. I think I've said this in past videos. More expensive than Chiang Mai. It completely lacks culture, in my opinion. There are a lot of foreigners here, particularly Russians, which were not really there were no Russians that I could tell in Chiang Mai. Certainly you wouldn't walk down the street and see signs in Cyrillic, which everything is in Cyrillic and English. I went to ask a 7-Eleven person about a chip for my phone, and they went onto their translate and showed me the answer, but it was in Cyrillic. I said, no, I'm American, I speak English. Oh, okay, so that was great. What else? So I don't want to say stuck here because it is a nice beach community. I don't really go to the beach very much, just like when I lived at the beach. So that's what I thought I missed from living in Chiang Mai. And when I was in Cebu City, I didn't go to the ocean at all. So I'm going to move back to Chiang Mai once all of this is over, just because I love Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai is a much, much hipper city, much slower pace of life. The people are much nicer. In my experience. Now your experience may be different. I will give a shout out to Cooper and Darlene, Cooper's Thai Adventure. If you are interested in moving here, even just for a short time for a visit, go onto Facebook and join Cooper's Thai Adventure. Coop's a great guide. His wife Darlene's a great gal. He's built up a nice little community here. I missed the get-together last night. Not that I would have gone because I'm too far away from payday. It's a 5-week month for those of you on Social Security. You know what that means. So most of my time has been planning and trying to execute the launch of these 3 novels. So I'm gonna release the first one, which is called Murder in Winter Hill. Again, Trip Forrester is my pen name. Trip again is my last name. Forrester, my baby sister came up with, so that's good enough for me. Murder in Winter Hill, and the second one is called A Little Homicide, and the third one is called One and Done. I don't have a title for my first Jim Cooper book yet, or obviously the second one either, but it'll be something along those lines, something that the genre will recognize as, oh, that's that type of book, and I like reading those types of books. Between every book, I've been watching Lee Child's BBC Maestro course. It's the best writing course I've ever taken. Mr. Child, or Mr. Grant, as his real name is, Jim Grant, is, like me, a pantser, writes by the seat of his pants. George R.R. Martin is another one. Stephen King is another one. Diana Galbertson, whatever her name is, the Outlander books, another one. Hemingway. We're all pantsers. Proud of it. I tried writing with an outline and can't. I mean, I just wrote 3,000 words for a book which was basically going to be a rewrite of Agatha Christie's 10 Little Indians. Couldn't do it. It wasn't me. So the next premise is Cooper will go down, I don't know, I'm thinking of Galveston, Texas, with a friend who invites him on a cruise, on a sailing cruise, on his sailboat. And so that's all I have so far. I mean, I have an idea in the back of my head that maybe they get involved with drug runners and shit like that for some suspense and mystery. But other than that, I don't have any idea what's going to happen in the book. I do have a nice first line that I'm not going to tell you because you'll have to read it. Anything else? Thank you for you new people for subscribing. I guess you've been looking at my old stuff, and feel free to comment about that. One guy was asking me just the other day about I still living in Chiang Mai, and I went to the early morning market and bought some food, and he's saying, "Oh, that's more food for one person. I thought you lived alone." Well, I don't eat it all at once. There's such thing as storage. So, but it was nice that he watched that far back and commented. So, as I've said in the past, I really love it when you comment. I love when you ask me questions. I'll tell you anything you want to know based on my opinion only about Pattaya or Chiang Mai or Cebu City or San Luis Potosi, Mexico, where I lived, or Guadalajara, Mexico, where I first moved from the United States to. There's a whole story about all of that, but you're going to have to go back to the beginning of my vlogs because I'm not going to rehash it here. Again, please like my videos, subscribe if you'd like to, gong that bell if you want to get a notification, and until then, there's probably things that I'm missing, and so maybe I'll do another video at another point. I will at some point. We're coming into the warmer season. It's been really hot here with a real feel of 101. It's been very humid. We had like 4 days where I opened the door in the morning because there was cool air coming in. That's it. So as best you can, wherever you are, enjoy your life and stay frosty. I'm going to turn this off.